Here we go. Hi, I'm Jordan Long here, and today I'm going to talk about this one thing that, you know, tends to happen a lot. So, anyway, I've been on YouTube for at least, I'm going to say, well, 8 years. In 8 years, I have done a lot, you know, but I'm still not as I'm still not as big as I was when I first started. Now, it was never my goal to be big on YouTube or anything, but you always know these followers on YouTube who they believe they know how to make it on YouTube. And if you ever watch any of their how-to films, they'll always tell you things like this. Well, first off, you need to write a long calling to work. You gotta talk about every single thing you do in your film. You gotta write it all down. You gotta put tags to all your websteads, even though tags don't do shit. And then you gotta go around and do all that stuff. Yeah. So I gotta do all that shit, right? I gotta do a real long telling, writing a lot of shit to tell everyone what I did in my film. And then I gotta go around and then put down everything I can think of that, good talks about my film. The tags, whatever shit you want to call them, don't work. Well, I made it big. Well, good for you. I'm happy you made it big on YouTube. I'm happy it worked out for you somehow, some way. But it's not going to work out for me. So why would I listen to you when. Why would I listen to you? I could go and do all that shit, but if someone doesn't want to watch my films, they don't care how much time and work I put into them. You know? Yeah, I do know what you mean. But that's what you have to do. No, that's what you think you have to do. You know, you you show up and then you behave as if you learned this untold of YouTube, and really that's more work then. So what happens if I do all that and no one watches my film? All right, are you going to say you're sad? No, you're not. You're not going to say you're sad or you're sorry about it. You're not going to be answerable for it. You're then going to go on and then say, well, you didn't do it the way I showed you. Yeah. So other words, other words, write a real long saga and tell about what your film's about. Then on top of that, go around and put all those whatever tags in, because we know tags don't do shit and they never show up in your film anyway. And I'm supposed to do all that shit thinking I'm gonna get a lot of followers or a lot of watchers. Well, it didn't fucking happen. All right. So I don't really listen to you folks when you make your bullshit films talking about how you think you know how everyone made it, how you think everyone can make it big. Yeah, there are folks on YouTube. Folks that they'll tell you they'll tell you, oh, you need to write a real long saga or a real long tale about what's in your film and what you did in your film. Oh, you gotta write these tags or whatever fuck. You gotta put these things down. You gotta write this. You gotta write that. You gotta set this setting. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. Well, how the fuck did you learn to do all that shit? Did you just get bored one day? They must have got bored one day and just fucked around and said, oh, so that's how you do it. Well, guess what? I don't want to do all that shit. You know? I don't have enough time in the day to do all that shit for my film. Two, even if I did have a time and did all of it, there's no way it'll work for me. If I did all that shit, I would still get the same kind of followers, the same kind of watch time that I've been getting anyway. Alright? So, you can forgive me if I don't believe you when you say that shit. But Jordan, that's the only way you can. That's the only way you can make it big. No, it's not the only way you can make it big, and I don't want to make it big. And don't say that that's the only way that you did it, because at the end of the day, you're already a mate. You already got enough followers and enough watch time, and now you're going to tell everyone else what they should be doing, that they're doing something wrong. Well, I don't like it when you folks go and say, oh, you're doing something wrong. This is the right way of doing it. You don't know if it's the right way or the wrong way. At the end of the day, all you have is your belief in thought that it's the wrong way. And I'm happy with my YouTube fairway, with the followers or the watchers and the watch time I get from it. So no, I'm not going to do all that shit. I don't have enough time in the day to do it. And even if I did do all that stuff you say in your films, there's no way that it's going to work for me. It won't. Because I'm not big enough. I'm not that well known. So even if I do all that shit, it's not going to make folks want to watch my films more than they're already watching them. Well, it was a thought, I'm just out there to give my thought and belief of how it worked for me. But it might not work for others. Yeah, why don't you say that in your film? Say, well, it worked for me, but it might not work for you. But you folks never say that in your films, do you? Yeah, they never say that in their films. They behave as if it worked for them, so it'll work for everyone. But not everything works for everyone, And it is what it is. Not everyone out there works the same way or can do the same thing the same way everybody else can do it. It might work for some, don't mean it's going to work for everyone. And I would be one of those folks out there where we all know it's not going to work for. So if you like that film, then by all means follow me here at Jordan Long, or watch my last film over here. I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you tomorrow.